really North Carolina hasn't even experienced any of the hurricane yet, really. But we are starting to see some signs in South Carolina. Those gusts already at 35 around Charleston.
Already around tropical storm force. I think there was actually a 40-mile-per-hour wind gust reported in Charleston this morning.
Officially tropical storm.
Officially, yeah, 40 miles per hour, which, by the way, is less than severe weather, by the way. So, but those are going to last a really long time, and it's going to combine with lots and lots of rain. And we've already started to see some of that rain approach Charleston right now.
Yeah, we sure have. Now, here's what's new with this storm. It's actually increased in intensity. It's a Category 2 still, but it went from 105 to 110. It doesn't mean it's going to blow up or anything like that. We're not going to likely see a major hurricane, but we just hate that it's not weakening. It's tapping into some warm water in that Gulf Stream, so it has intensified, moving north-northwest at about 10 miles per hour, and then we'll bring those impacts along our coast late tonight into the day tomorrow. Notice that we're seeing that cloud shield inch closer into the upstate. We're seeing some of those clouds already around Newberry County on the edge of the storm, but the heavier rain is well to the south, starting to push into areas like the low country. The storm spinning off the coast of Jacksonville, about 75-80 miles off the coast there at this point. Winds at 110 close to the center. Heavy rain beginning to push in, or at least a steady rain. The heavier rain still offshore. That's going to pick up later on tonight. Brand new track takes it by Charleston and Myrtle Beach during the afternoon hours tomorrow, 2 p.m. on Thursday. And then by Friday, it's moving along the outskirts of Wilmington there around 2 a.m. By 2 p.m. Friday, out into the open waters of the Atlantic. As for impacts, we're looking at the worst of it right up along the coast, but could go all the way up to Florence, where we could end up with some pretty heavy rainfall and gusty wind over 40 miles per hour. Minimal impacts for us here in the upstate. Here's a simulation of the storm as it's going to be on the approach. Those hurricane force winds right there at the center, and they will be brushing along the coast. There's 2 p.m. on Thursday as it's starting to get closer to North Carolina. Then Thursday night, pushing into North Carolina. Friday, it is pretty much out. So local Dorian impacts, breezy here. It's going to be a bit gusty at 20 to 25 miles per hour at times, but nothing all that dangerous. I want to pitch it over to meteorologist Ben Dorenbach for more on what we can expect locally.
That's right. In a nutshell, not expecting much, if really anything at all. You'll notice a breezy, cloudy day, but honestly, that might even feel pretty good compared to where we have been lately, including right now. Look at these current temperatures at 5 o'clock, 94 degrees in both downtown Greenville and Anderson. A lot nicer up in the mountains, though, in the lower and middle 80s, even some 70s in some of the higher elevations around Waynesville, North Carolina. And if we take a look at Thursday's planner, clouds that increase overnight should keep us on the warm side to start the day, but luckily those clouds should persist throughout and only result in middle 80-degree high temperatures. Just a slight chance we get a couple of those outer bands at the higher levels, but honestly, the only thing that's going to result in is just a passing shower or two in the upstate. Mountains, you're completely dry. A bit on the breezy side, you hit 82 for an afternoon high temperature, and what I mean by breezy is we're looking at about 25 mile per hour wind gusts. So sustained, we're going to be about 15-20 miles per hour. So a steady breeze, which honestly shouldn't feel too bad. So for those reasons, we're not going to give it a perfect 10, obviously. Gave today a 9, we'll give tomorrow an 8. So honestly, not a bad day at all. It's going to be mainly the coast and several miles inland that get any effects and impacts from Dorian. And just like that, we're back to where we have been, sunny and hot by Friday, and that'll continue into the weekend. Highs around 90 both Saturday and Sunday, 83 in the mountains, and we'll keep that hot sunny weather going into next week with just a slight chance for rain returning Tuesday and Wednesday.